Nation's Joe Khalil live in D.C. Joe, you never have a dull day, but boy, it's been busy today. What's the latest?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it stop, Hannah. I don't know if I have control over that. So we'll start with this. It's 7 o'clock hour this morning Eastern time. Our cameras were there outside of the home of John Bolton, former national security advisor and former ambassador to the United Nations, as FBI agents were going through his home. And that process lasted for a few hours, not just at his home, but also at his office, too. And you can see these agents there taking what appear to be boxes in and out. This is something that has an extra layer here because not only is he a former official in the first Trump administration, he has become one of the most vocal critics of President Trump, certainly on the Republican side. And so for that reason, there have been questions about what is motivating this. Now, we know the vice president, J.D. Vance, today confirmed that there is an investigation that's ongoing into Bolton. We know from sources that something to do with classified documents, potentially. We don't know much beyond that. But Vance today denied that any of this was motivated by any sort of political retribution. We've talked about how Bolton has been very critical of President Trump, questioning his oath to the Constitution, questioning his competency, questioning virtually every foreign policy decision President Trump has made. But that criticism really does go both ways. Listen to how President Trump today described Bolton and this situation that you're seeing on your screen here.
But I purposely don't want to really get involved in it. I'm not a fan of John Bolton. I thought he was a sleazebag, actually. And he suffers major Trump derangement syndrome, but so do a lot of people, and they're not being affected by anything we do. I don't know anything about it. I just saw that. I'll find out about it. But if you believe the news, which I do, I guess his house was raided today. But my house was raided also, called Mar-a-Lago.
And President Trump, Hannah, our viewers may remember, pulled back the security that was guarding John Bolton for years, actually, because there was a threat, credible threat of assassination by the Iranian regime over Bolton's role back in 2020 in the assassination of the Iranian general Qasem Soleimani. Bolton himself is on the record saying he thinks that move in itself was political retribution, again, something the White House denies.
Yeah, calling it a retribution campaign. Another big headline today. This just coming into the newsroom a little while ago. I know you and the team are leafing through 200-plus pages after the DOJ released Ghislaine Maxwell's interviews, both transcripts and audio. What have we learned so far as you're flipping through these pages?
Yeah, so there was a lot there. There were a couple of select pages that focused on her relationship and Jeffrey Epstein's relationship with President Trump. She was very complimentary of President Trump, said he was a gentleman for all of the years that they were close. She said that she never saw any kind of wrongdoing from President Trump, any kind of inappropriate behavior, especially when it came to the masseuses that and massages, those kinds of things, the sort of very visual allegations we know against Jeffrey Epstein related to that kind of thing. So she effectively said she had no knowledge of any kind of wrongdoing there. She did say that Epstein and Trump were friends. There's obviously well-documented pictures. She says that it was mostly social events, evening events that she would see them at together, but that she and Epstein also did go on multiple occasions to Mar-a-Lago. So that's certainly interesting there. She also talked about President Clinton. She said she knew of some 26 flights that President Clinton had taken with Epstein. She also got the question about Clinton and massages in particular. She says she never saw anything like that. So still a lot more to filter through in those documents. Do want to just caveat that she has credibility issues. I think we should just mention that she is serving prison time for, the allegations, and was convicted to be basically a co-conspirator with Jeffrey Epstein on the horrible sex crimes that he committed. And at one point, she had credible charges of perjury against her for allegedly lying under oath about Jeffrey Epstein, too. So I don't think we're going out on a limb here, Hannah, by saying that you should probably take what she says with a grain of salt, even if it is under oath.
Now, it's important to mention Joe Khalil live in D.C. Thank you so much, Joe. Let's stay in our nation's capital. Let's bring in News Nation political editor Chris Steyerwalt, host